Uh-oh, somebody's on the right car.
It seems.
Oh, it's definitely a 2-hour race, don't you think?
Yeah, last
Oh, man.
is like 40 to go and my neck's cramping and I'm like,
We have to figure out something to talk about here, boys. Oh, yeah, well, or we could not. That'd be nice, too.
yeah.
I only saw the last like 30 laps.
I unfortunately wasted my whole day and a night of hunting for it, but
Yeah.
that package is trash.
Yeah, yeah, at Homestead, it sure is. I feel like it shouldn't be like a cookie cutter, like one track, one package fits all type deal.
Yeah.
Because it was excellent at Atlanta, Chicagoland. It was really
Dude,
good
these
at
guys are
Michigan.
these guys are wrecking the shit out of each other in the qualifying race.
See, this is
Handling is gonna be an issue tonight.
yeah, that's just qualifying.
Can you guys hear Joe?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll turn it down a little farther.
Just if
Oh,
you
no,
wanted a
what am I doing?
screenshot of the running order. With 2 call-ups tonight. Big Jim in the 11. And
Panthers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Panthers in the 96.
You want a screenshot of the running order? Is that what you said?
No, I sent it to you.
Somebody said they wanted. Oh.
Just in case you wanted a running order. Not a running order, a lineup.
Roster sheet.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got most of them down for the most part.
Yeah, I just wrote it all down.
Alright, they done qualifying or are they still crashing each other?
All
Nah.
them down.
Loading in right about now.
Yeah, got to see.
They're loading out?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're pretty close to getting this marathon started.
I don't know.
It's at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
What is Iowa? 3/4
Big
mile?
Jim
Big
on the
Jim.
pole.
Hey, Big Jim. He
23
knows Iowa.
flat.
He definitely knows Iowa, that's for sure.
He was the fastest in their practice race too.
Mm.
Lap time, I don't know who.
He dominated y'all stage 1 and 2, and then messed
Dude,
up
he was
stage 3.
fast. He screwed. I mean, he royally screwed himself. But
Oh, yeah.
Alright, did y'all get invites? Or do I need to
Yeah.
send them when I get in there? You did?
yeah,
Cool. They're on the countdown?
yes, 30.
Cool. So we're pretty close. Is Iowa 3/4 mile? How big is Iowa? Is it 3/4? I'll Google it. Fuck it.
I thought it was a mile.
Yeah, I think it's 1 mile.
I'm Googling.
Cause I think it's just a hair bigger than Richmond.
No, it won't brag. Oh, 1.4 kilometers. Thank you, Google. Fucking douchebag.
So that's a mile. Cause I think a kilometer is a third.
It's 7/8 of a mile. So just under a mile. Close enough to a mile. 7/8 of a mile.
So
Alright, we can join. So they say anything under a mile is a short track, so 7/8 counts, right? Definitely races like a
Think so.
short track.
It's a fun track.
Oh yeah, for sure. You said Big Jim's on the pole?
Yep.
And starting seconds, Lieutenant Crunch. Loading in. Alright, time to flip it over to commentator mode. Hello everyone, there are 3 people that are watching currently, and welcome to the stream. This is the North American eRacing League. We're heading to Iowa in the Cup cars. Never been done before. As you can see, it's sponsored by the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series over here. Join with me tonight is our Xfinity winner just last night, and Jagboy.
What's up?
And Swamp.
Howdy, howdy.
Alright, so we join the action already.
Reckon.
Yeah.
Ooh, goodness. Who is that already?
Rooster.
41 at K-Bart.
Draven and K-Bart.
Caution.
Just like that,
And
2
there's
Fords. 2 Fords early on getting into it. That was on
Yeah,
lap 2.
shocker.
Lap 2 of the race.
Yeah.
Gar is back. Hello, Gar, our faithful viewer.
Gar. Buddy.
Didn't want a rap battle last night, but he's got time for us tonight.
That was a little disappointing. We were all
Still-
hyped up for it.
We're still waiting for him to get the game. He said he was going to get it at the beginning of this month, and all of a sudden it's the, 18th?
Yeah. Christmas is a month away. He ran out of yards to mow. Grass stopped growing.
Oh, you're right. Grass did stop. That is true.
It's snowing up here in the northern states.
Alright, so they are restarting on like lap 4. I'm assuming they ticked off a couple laps there under caution as the 11. So 2 Xfinity guys early on. Running 1 and 3. P1 and P3. They were strong last night.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They were strong last night.
They definitely know their way around Iowa.
Oh, Big Jim drove it in a little bit too far. He comes off the track, but he gets the momentum off. He's going to be able to maintain P1 as they head into 3. As the 88 Lieutenant Crunch dives, they're 3 wide at Iowa. And the 11.
Yeah, I don't know if he
Oh,
overdriving or not, but that was his line last night, was the high line.
the 2 of Kevin's in the wall. He's got a little bit of damage. And it looks like that 12 of OFAR 50, he was in the wall as well. The two Penske cars with damage early on. They're 3 wide back here with Mr. Williams, Cobra, and Jay Carver heading into 3. They're going to have to sort that out. No way you can run 3 wide here. Or can you?
It's challenging, especially with that seam in the middle of the track.
Oh, the 2 cars in the wall again. Kevin and that number 2 machine. All right, well, they all just about get it sorted out. Do we have any favorites here tonight, Jagboy? Anybody that you'd put your money on to win this race?
I think Big Jim. I mean, he was dominant last night.
We got some contact back there, but Swamp, who's your favorite?
Do I gotta pick one?
No, I mean, if you want to pick all your FPGM guys, go ahead.
I'm going with my FPGM guys, man. The 1, the 3, or the 37.
Yeah, don't show any favoritism back there. Easy, calm down.
No, I'm not. No. Well, we were turning some laps earlier and
They're 4
talking.
wide back there. Holy cow. On the 31's in the wall, the 19 made contact. He's coming back down. He's not going to hit anybody. The 42 and the 37 make slight contact. They're going to be able to straighten it out. So this is a paint scheme here that we're not used to seeing that one car in. What is this? The Star Nursery blue and yellow.
Will be Darlington.
He was debating on which one to use tonight.
Well, I'm glad we got the inside track on you already heard. They were 3 to 4 wide back here again. Kevin, Storm Rooster, Wasted. And that 37 and then the 00 look exactly, they're running the same color scheme. It's kind of a rare color scheme, yellow and pink. And we have 2 cars in the field running it. What does that say about the field?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, I forgot. Wasted's one of my favorites, too. Sorry, Wasted. Forgot about you, buddy.
Oh, Wasted, the forgotten.
The
FBGM driver.
robot. Oh, he's not forgotten. Hell, he's even running a different paint scheme tonight.
Yeah, he's got that throwback Caterpillar scheme on there.
Sick.
They're racing hard back here. The 19 just bumped Mr. Williams out of the way. The 19's down on the bottom. He's going to try to make the pass on the 42 and the 9 of Cobra. He's side by side with the 9 heading down into 1.
Battle for the lead team up. Panthers underneath Big Jim.
I'm going to have to flip back over to that.
Big Jim cleared him off too. But they were side by side for about a lap.
Hey, Lieutenant Crunch back here in the 88. He's been known to hard contact. Was that the 3? The 3 car of Keenitz hard into the outside wall and then the inside wall. He's still got his nose pointed towards the inside wall. And he's coming down pit road. So that hurts early. Any contact that you get into and then you come down pit road. Because they're not going to have to pit here in stage 1. Right, Jag? Is that what we came up with?
Yeah. 70 laps on stage, 80 on fuel. And you got some outside information, but they should be able to make it on tires, so I don't think they would have to pit under green.
Yeah, so that hurts. That hurts the chances of that 3 car of K. Keats. He got some damage early, came down pit road. You got to think he's going to fix that and grab some 4 fresh tires. But that's going to put him at least 2 to 3 laps down here. As they're 3 wide back here, the 8 of Wasted, the 2 of Kevin, and the 42 of Mr. Williams battling it out off of 4. Looks like they're going to sort it out a little bit. Kevin and Mr. Williams are going to be side by side going down to 1.
Keenitz is going to go 2 laps down. He's just not coming off pit road here.
And Kevin takes position. Mr. Williams crosses him over. He's now on the inside. Got some good racing back here in the pack. Let's flip over to the lead. We'll see if that battle for the leads heated up even more. And it's still the 2 Xfinity guys making their Cup Series debut tonight. The 11 of Big Jim and the 96 of Panthers 24 running 1 and 2 tonight. You guys raced them last night. What makes them so good here?
Swamp.
Just they were consistently able to hold their line that they wanted to run, and they were fast on it. I guess so. I've raced with Panthers actually in a league before this one, and he was pretty fast over there too in Heat 3 as well. So definitely a good driver there.
I don't know what their secrets are.
Says the race winner. So big, Big Jim last night dominated stage 1 and stage 2. He won both of those stages by at least a straightaway lead coming to the finish line of those stages. However, Jagboy on strategy wins the race. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any strategy here tonight. Maybe to topple Big Jim again, as he's got a quarter of a straightaway on the 96 of Panthers. The 88 goes to the grass. He got loose off of 4. He's going to lose a couple spots there. Let's see who's... Looks like the 48 of Captain Crunch is now running 3rd, and the 18 of Shadowhawk in 4th. Lieutenant Crunch falls back to P5, right in front of the You Already Heard's machine and that Chevrolet Camaro. As Lieutenant Crunch hits the wall again, so tire fall off here has got to come into play. How fast do they fall off?
This is a track that likes to eat tires up. That I would kind of compare it to a Darlington on the tire fall off.
Jack,
Yeah, I have to agree.
You definitely used some of that strategy for you last night as far as tires go. You stayed out long, but is there any benefits of short pitting, even though we're not going to see any pitting here in stage 1?
Yeah, it's a trade-off. You come in earlier than the rest of the guys and try to make up time while they're still staying out on those older tires. But the thing is, you give it all back at the end of the run because they all come in and they have their fresh tires and they run you back down. So it's the double-edged sword.
The 12 of OFR 50 is going to come back up the track in between P1 and P2. Let's see if he just... Yeah, he's going to continue to run with these guys. You got to think these guys... He's got 4 fresh tires. Maybe he can hang with the leader a little bit. Maybe get his lap back.
I would think he would be able to.
You never know. He's struggled pretty hard in the last race that we were at. And he's already been down pit road twice tonight. We'll see. Big Jim's definitely got this place figured out. How many laps have we got left in stage 1? It's a long race tonight. It's 100%, but it's on 1 times wear for our tires and fuel as the 12 dies down below Big Jim. Are they going to make contact? No, they stay off of each other. The 12's trying to get one of his laps back. That was a little risky. That was a little risky running our leader like that. 44 at the line here in stage 1. Long race. I don't think Big Jim liked that much at all from the lap car. How do you handle that, Swap? You're in the lead here, and a lap car just runs you all the way up the track, almost makes contact into the wall.
I think it's something that needs to be saved later. Just for later, send them a message. Like, I don't appreciate that too much. It's nothing you can really do here, especially being in the lead. You gotta be able to keep your cool and rebound back to getting in your groove.
Alright, I'll be right back as it looks like my son is crying.
Alright.
Big Jim's still able to maintain the lead here.
Yeah, but I've been noticing that 48 car of Captain Killam. He's been slowly working his way up to these two. So it's be interesting to see if he can catch these guys and see what he does when he gets there.
It's Panthers put the bumper to Big Jim.
Hey. Scroll back.
Dove bomb there. Big Jim falls back to third.
Oh yeah, and there's the 48. Fighting for second.
Looks like the 18 of Shadowhawk there.
Oh, looks like the Panthers was loose. Off
there he is.
Looks like. And that's going to give the lead to the 48 of Captain Killam. Oh, but Big Jim. Big run to the outside, and he's going to clear and go in through.
And Jim loves running the high side here.
Yeah. He ran it pretty much the whole race last night. Personally, I liked the bottom. That's just where I found speed, but I guess it's really just preference in the way you set up your car with the pit setups, or the pit adjustments.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was bottom feeding last night until the end there where I needed to save, and I was strolling along up top, trying to save my tires.
Mm.
Looks like the 18 of Shadowhawks moved into second here, and he's going to look underneath Big Jim.
Oh, yeah. Wait, where did he come from? He came out of nowhere.
Yes, he did. This is only his second start in the North American Racing League, I believe.
Ooh. 12. Knocked the 48 up the track a little bit. Still
Yeah, 12's got to back off a little bit.
Yeah, you would think so, right?
Let these guys race it out.
He's still trying to fight hard. Not sure why, but... '18 got a good run off too. It looked to the inside in 3. And he's there, but is Big Jim gonna get the momentum off? Oh, he got loose off. Yep, the 18. Shadowhawk is your new leader.
Good 4-race battle there, or 4-car battle there for the lead.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tight battle.
Killam looks to the outside of Panthers. It looks like that one car of You Already Heard's kind of creeping into the picture back there.
Oh yeah, all these guys are battling hard. He's got a clean track right now. He is making up time on these guys.
Yeah, Shadowhawk is checking out.
Oh yeah, ever since he took the lead, he's just been on cruise control, pulled away from these guys. There is a big 3-car battle for second place.
All right, fellers, thank you for taking over there. I think you might be good for the night, but we do have about 2 hours on this race, so no promises. While I was gone, it looks like the 18 of Shadowhawk took the lead.
Yes, he did.
All right, what happened? What happened there?
He's just fast.
No, okay. Wow, so he caught the 11 and the 96 and passed them both, eh?
Yep.
Oh, what do you know? That 96, it looks like he's I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but I've been locked on this car because I haven't touched the controller, and it looks like he's using the apron a little bit to help his car turn around the corner, help it rotate a little bit. That's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, it is. And I believe it's the same line. I believe it's the same line he was running last night. Jagboy, you might have better perspective on that, but I'm pretty sure he was doing the same thing last night.
Brenda, sling that car around. It only takes. Shoot, I don't even know how he's doing it to start out with. So.
You just flip it in the wrong spot, you're gonna go around. So that's
for sure, and that's something that we didn't see in Heat 3, because as soon as you got even close to that apron, it was sitting around. It didn't care. Something different here in Heat 4. Maybe more guys will experiment with that if it proves to be fast, as the one of you already heard passes the 96 of Panthers. So it looks like we have some cars set up for the long run and others set up for the short run. Maybe that 18 and the 1 is set up for the long run, it seems like, as they make their way to the front along with the 48. Maybe the 11 and the 96 are set up for the short run.
that's what it looks like.
My first race will be at Darlington.
Gar says his first race will be at Darlington, which I'm not exactly sure which date that falls on the track, on the schedule.
I think that's.
Well, I'll check it out.
Probably, I think that's the second to last race.
Oh,
of the
good
regular
lord.
season. I think it's pretty late, I'm pretty sure.
Is it right after Christmas? He's hoping to get it for Christmas?
I think so.
Alright. Meh.
Yeah, we're a little slow here.
That's all good.
Take your time. You're good.
So out in the lead, Shadowhawk 24 takes over the lead over Big Jim, and the 11 is currently Toyota's P1 and P2. And third place, being battled by the one car of you already heard, as I cycle through to find, is the 48 of Captain Killam. He's coming under fire by the one car of you already heard, who's running fourth. And Panthers 24, that 96, is falling back to fifth.
Darlington is the first race
I
after
am
Christmas.
getting next Monday.
The first race
I
after
have
Christmas.
To buy it for myself.
Well, there you go. Darlington will be the first race because it's the first race after Christmas. Not a bad strategy.
24 to go at the line.
24 to go at the line here in stage 1 still. Oh, that 12 car got loose off of 2, but he's going to be able to save it. We're still in stage 1 here. We've only had one caution for cause, as the 42 and the 37 are battling it out back here. Oh, the 42's in the wall. Looks like he's struggling a little bit.
That's when I getting a new
Yeah,
controller
I think
and
there's quite a
headset.
few guys struggling on old
Yeah.
tires right now.
Me and Swamp started to notice that the handling off the corners is becoming a pretty good issue. We'll see what that entails.
So there's no Texas bite here at Iowa, but maybe there's a little bit of, I don't know, a corn maze. I don't know, help me out here. What we got?
Iowa ice.
The Iowa ice.
Ice. Yeah, I like that.
Same spot off before.
Yeah. We got a nice battle back here. I don't know what position they're going for. There's no ticker or anything to tell. Thanks 704 games, but you got Gator Mike wasted. The 2 car Kelvin. A nice little bunch of guys back here battling it out.
It is a nice little battle, and as they catch that 12 car who's got all kinds of damage in his machine, and he was just up there with the top 5 not too long ago, so you got to think this is maybe, once again speculating, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
I think it's Panthers up there. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's for
Draven's in 6th.
Draven's in
He's
6th.
at the front of that. Yeah, he's at the front of that pack.
Alright, so we got at least a battle for, well, there's, that would make 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Oh, the 8 car off the corner gets it to the 2. The 8 car's around. Oh, and he's coming. He's on the track. He's getting back up to speed. He's finally out of the
sorry.
groove.
I'm sorry, Wasted. It's the commentator curse.
That's what happened when you forgot about him earlier. The 19 of Storm Rooster holding his own against some pretty competitive cars back here. The 4 of Draven. I'm not sure if that 3 was involved in an accident, so he's not for position. It's that double 0 of Gator, and the 2 of Kevin's falling back a little bit. He got a little brushed up with that 8 car that went around. But Storm Rooster holding his own here. I think he's taking over the 6th position from Draven. So that 5th place, it might be 5th. Cobra rounding out.
Yeah, he's in 6th.
Cobra's Panthers is P5. Okay, all right. Well, your top 5 is pulled away. Absolutely no pressure from anybody to break the top 5. The 18 of Shadowhawk here is coming up on some cars, trying to put them a lap down. The first one in line is at 42 of Mr. Williams. I can't tell who's in front of that. Maybe the 8 of Wasted, because he went around a little bit earlier. He's, lost a lot of time there. That 48's really heating up on that 11 of Big Jim as he goes around him. It looks like Big Jim may have led him.
18 got really loose off of 4.
So that 48, Captain Killam, is currently your points leader here in the Cup Series. Oh, the 18 was very loose off of 2. So this is going to be a battle. Who can drive better on old tires here to end the stage?
Yeah, whoever's set up for better for the long run here.
As he gets loose again off the corner. He's going to let the 48 go, smartly so. And the 1 car dives below the 11. He's trying to take away P3. Looks like he's got his car set up for the long run.
Yeah, that 1 car, he's feeling really confident with his long run speed today.
Alright, as he's below Big Jim, he's led just about every lap today, that 11 car, Big Jim. Until the 18 took over. When the 18 took over, he took advantage of that clean air and drove off. The 18's led a lot of laps today, actually. The 8 car was in the wall up there. We got a slow car coming up here. Who is this? The 41 of K-Bart, the hometown kid. Struggling early.
So far. Yeah.
He currently is the first car a lap down, though. If he could just maintain that, I'm assuming 8 or 9 more laps to go here in the stage. He can get his lap back.
12 at the line.
12 at the line. That 18's battling loose bad off the corner. I don't think he's going to be able to hold off this 1 car who's shown really good long run speed.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's been getting really loose off the last few laps.
The 88 of Lieutenant Crunch, who was showing pretty impressive there at the beginning of the run. He's fallen back a lot. He must be set up for the short run.
Thing is you had when we had that caution early on, you had about half the field come down and put their setups in that they wanted, and the other half kind of stayed out there.
Oh,
that's what I noticed in the streams.
That's important information there, because you might cause a little bit of track position there early on, but it will pay off in the long run here, as we see, assuming that the 1 and the 48 did come down and put their setup in.
I know the 1 did. I'm not sure about the 48, to be honest.
The 42 gets past the 8. He's trying to run away from these leaders as fast as he can. It doesn't look like he's going to hold on too much as the 48 is below the 8 of Wasted. The 18 decides to stick his nose in there. We're 3 wide. There's still 3 wide with the 1. Oh, and the 18 checked out. He thought better of it. The 48 is going to take the high line around the 42.
Battle for the stage points. Battle for the lucky dog.
Oh, as the 42 washes up the track. He's back to running his line. The 4... Ooh... Oh, they're all bunched up here.
The outside.
I don't know what to say.
Oh my! This is a mess.
The 42, the Ryan Newman of the North American eRacing League, continuously running his line.
The 1 car to the inside.
The 1. Oh, they're 3 wide off of 4. The 42 gets the worst part of that. He's
got together there.
8 to go. 7 to go at the line.
7 to go at the line, and the 48 and the 18 are battling hard. That opens up the door back open for the 11 of Big Jim. He's going to come down below the 18. He's going to try to take away P2 here with 7 to go at the line here, still in stage 1. So can Big Jim rally back after... Oh, shoot. P3. He took P3 away from the 18. can he rally back and take a couple positions away? As the one car got in the apron there a little bit, the 48's going to take advantage. He's not going to be able to get him, but they'll watch out. Here comes Big Jim in that 11. As he's going to try the outside lane around the 48. It's not going to work this turn, but the 48's underneath the 1. They're going for the stage win with 5 to 6 to go.
Big Jim's been looking good these last few laps.
His car's come to him.
He's had a good shot.
His car's definitely come around to him. He knows his way around this track, that's for sure. The 48 and the 1 are battling hard. That one car, if you already heard, definitely prefers the bottom lane, but he's holding his own up there on the top as he's going to get the run off of 4. But they are still solidly side by side with 4 to go in stage 1. The 11 drives it in hard. He thought about making it 3 wide there, but it wasn't enough room for him to stick his nose in there.
It looked like there was.
The 48 and the 1 still battling. They've been side by side for about 6 or 7 laps now as we come down to, was it 4 to go here?
Yeah, 4 to go.
4 to go. So you already heard, drives it deep into 1. He's going to try to slingshot around this 48, but it's not going to work. This 48 is giving it all that he can down on the bottom line. And you could throw a blanket over P1 through P4 here for stage 1. Anybody can win this stage still. One little slip up from the 48 here with 3 laps to go, and anybody could take advantage. As they're 3 wide for second. The 18 down the bottom, the 11 in the middle, and Joe up top. And they get it sorted out. The 11's underneath the 1. He's going to try to take away P2 here. Interesting to note that 11 and the 18 are not Cup regulars, so these stage points matter just a little bit less to these guys as the 18 gets loose off of 2. 1 to go, I think. As long as the 48 does not slip up, looks like he's going to get another stage win on the year. 2 to go. Okay. Well, he's still pulling away. I'm not sure how many stage wins he's got this year, but it seems like I've called his number a lot. At least 4. This will be his 5th. Guesstimating. You already heard trying to fend off the 11 of Big Jim making his Cup Series debut, as he's now has under pressure from the 18 also making his Cup Series debut. No, that's not his Cup Series debut. The 18 of Shadowhawk has raced 1 race before. This is his 2nd race. Alright, so this should be your stage here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the 18 hard contact off of 4. That opens. He's going to cross the line. I was going to say that opened up the door for the 96 of Panthers to take away that.
He's gonna have a long pit stop.
Yes, he is. That hurts right when you're coming to the line to end the stage. You're going to pit anyways, but you just added at least 10 seconds. That was hard contact.
Yeah, but I guess if there's a time to do it, that's it.
I guess so. So your top, well, I got the top 4 at least. It was Captain Kill. Oh yeah, go ahead. You're official.
Kill'em, Herd, Big Jim, Shadowhawk, and Panthers rounding out your top 5 getting stage points.
Well, there you go. Your only 2 Cup regulars, full-time drivers, there in the top 5. That being the 48 of Captain Kill'em and the 1 of You Already Heard. Everybody else is part-time or making their debut tonight. So, I don't know, a little points shuffling going on there. The 48 of Captain Kill'em, who's already your points leader, gets an even bigger lead on the field because only one other car got stage points. I guess that's what I was trying to get at. And the 2 extra points for qualifying on the pole went to Big Jim, who is making his Cup Series debut. So nobody gets the 2 extra points as far as the full-time drivers go. All right, coming back green here in stage 2 at Iowa Speedway. The 1 of You Already Heard leads the field to turn 1. And he's going to clear the 48 down, but the 48 is going to get the momentum going through the top here. They're going to be 3 wide coming off of 2 for the first lap of stage 3. Big Jim let out.
Storm Rooster way under the end, hit the inside wall on the back straightaway.
So the 1 and the 48 are battling it out again. The same thing that we saw at the end of stage 2, but this time the 1 car has his preferred lane down at the bottom. Oh, big wreck. The 18, the 3. The 3 just repaired all of his damage. Now he has even more. I'm not sure what caused it, but heavy contact into the inside wall. The 9 got into the 12 there a little bit. The 9 of Cobra got into the 48. And they're all able to save it. Oh, and the battle for the lead is still raging. Let's get back up here if I can cycle through quick
Gator
enough.
Mike, P5.
Yeah, I'm actually, yeah. We're on board with Gator Mike now. We're going to watch this battle for the lead from P5, as mentioned.
Oh, hey, that is Gator P5.
So Big Jim's looking underneath the 1. He's battling for the lead, and we have front row seats here. As the 48 got into the wall, he's going to be able to save it, but he's going to lose some spots. The 11 and the 1 still battling out.
Oh,
And
the
Big
31 around. Ooh. Oh, who hit him?
The 41 is involved. Looks like
here in stage 2. As Big Jim retakes the lead, he has shown excellent short run speed. If that one car could stay kind of close to the 11, I think he's kind of a lock to win stage 2. He showed a lot of long run speed, but you just can't let that 11 get too far away from him, so it won't be too big of a gap as the 88's down on the apron. I think that's just the line he was trying to run. As they're 3 wide back there, but the 2 got in the wall. They're still 3 wide. The 42 was in the middle of that, and they get it all settled out. I love going to this view, the broadcast view, I guess it's called, and all these cars are running different lines. Our race winner just last night, Jagway. What's your preferred line around here?
definitely the bottom. I think it's really just driver preference. The way you set up your car with the pit adjustments is the 11 gets in the wall. But I really liked the bottom last night. I found a really good rhythm and was running that the whole final stage. And strategy call.
Oh, the 37. The 37 got into the wall. It hit the 2. Go ahead, Swamp.
No, I was just gonna say what you were saying.
I just happen to be
watching the
back
same
here on
thing.
Lieutenant Crunch.
We were watching the same thing.
There you go. I'm trying to make an effort to go through the field a little bit more and not stick on our leaders, even though we have a pretty good battle up here. Panthers 24 challenging Big Jim. These are both... Another one?
Yeah, the 42's really struggling.
So these two Xfinity guys up here running 1-2 again.
Yeah,
But here-
Draven moved into third, blew the doors off of Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say a car that we didn't say in stage 1. Draven 64 making his way up to P3. Now he's one of those guys that he knows how to work on his car on pit road, so maybe he's finally entered in his adjustments. All right, they're coming up on a slower car here. I'm not exactly sure who it is. It might be the 37 of Marksman.
Yep,
Let's see
that's
if-
Marksman.
See if he, old Keegan, let's see if he plays a role in these leaders as they're battling it out here. The 96 was underneath the 11. The 11 is going to get the momentum off the corner there as they go down into 3.
12 is slow again.
The 12 of OFR 50, also known as John. That 96 trying to drive underneath the 11 again, but the 11 is just going to stick to his line the way that he knows best around here, up there, up top, and he's going to pull the 96 off of 2. And I mentioned not letting that 11 get too far out there. Joe's doing a decent job. He's a little bit closer than he was there in stage 1 before he made his run. But the 11's still showing being the dominant car early in a run. You got to think if a caution comes out, he's got to be your favorite. But the 96 dive down under there, but the 11's going to get the momentum again. Swap, did I ask you your favorite line around here? Because Iowa's definitely a multiple groove track.
Oh man, well my favorite line's at the bottom, but I couldn't seem to find a setup that I liked around the bottom last night. Last night was just a disaster.
So
Oh,
the
my.
37 of Marksman does come into the equation here as the
Yeah,
96 and the 11. The 37, the 96 ran the same line as the 37 and caught him mid-corner, hits the bumper of the 37. And the 11 is going to take advantage and take the lead back. I'm not sure there was anybody to blame there. The 37 was out of the preferred groove. We just heard both of our guys say that the bottom is the preferred groove. But the 96 followed him right into the corner. Oh, huge run. Did the 11 get in the wall?
Yeah, you got the wall off too.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
going back
90s.
there.
Go ahead.
Going back there,
Wow.
Marksman was running his line trying to stay out of their way. That's not on him.
Is he an FBGM guy? No, I'm just kidding.
Possibly.
Is he really? I didn't even know he was. Y'all literally have half the league. Anyways.
We do not.
BS. You know there's a 4-car
Wait.
limit in the real Cup Series. Y'all can't have 8.
Well, 4-4, we've got an Xfinity team.
I'm on my own, man.
Man, y'all be hating.
Nah.
And we count Doc Shocks as like half a person anyway. So
Easy,
it's like half a
easy.
driver.
He might be listening.
I hope he is.
Oh, the 96. Y'all might want to recruit this 96 of Panthers 24. He's been pretty fast in both series. A little bit of a newcomer to the league. I don't think he was here for our first 2 races, but he has showed up and he has impressed early on in the season. As we are, I believe this is the 6th race into the season.
7.
Is it the 7th?
I don't know.
I'll check.
I mean, it very well could be.
I don't know.
Daytona, Atlanta, Las Vegas, Texas, Auto Club. And this will be our 6th. Am I missing one?
You missed Martinsville.
Oh, yeah. How did I miss Martinsville? The Martinsville Mayhem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the one that you fell asleep on. How did I forget that one?
Is that the one I felt?
Oh, it's
Yes,
definitely Martinsville.
By the way, I've got a $20 bet with K-Bar if I don't fall asleep today. So.
Oh, Lord. All right, well, let's not talk for a little while, Jagboy. See if we can't get him to fall
Stop
asleep.
it.
Trying to get K-Bar his 20 spot, man. There's a 12's on the wall in front of the leaders, and he's going to be able to collect it and stay out of the way. He just rides the wall there to get even more out of the way. All right, the 4. Draven's holding his own there in P3, but you got to think the long run speed of You Already Heard has got to come in here soon, as they've ran about 20 laps here in Stage 2.
Yeah, but we really don't know what that 4-car's long run speed is because he was kind of back there in the pack that first stage.
That's true, and he may have been one of those cars that did not come down to set up his a setup, like, as you were mentioning earlier, Swamp Fox. But he's definitely got it in now at the stage break.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't know. So that 4-car might be a little bit of a question mark to watch. We also know that 48's got long run speed, and the 1 and the 48 and the 4 are all running within a second of each other. So this 11 and the 96 needs to go ahead and take off.
This is kind of interesting because the 1 and the 48 seem to be the ones that are staying committed to the bottom.
That 11 and the 96 are battling it out here for the lead, but the 96 is going to take it away from the 11. So where do the tires wear off more? Is it on the bottom or on the top, Swamp?
I'm rolling with the bottom.
But the tire fall off.
Yeah.
The bottom.
Yeah. Can't talk. Yeah, the bottom. Bottom definitely chews away at those tires. When I was trying to save during last night's race, it was up on the top. But the disadvantage of that is that you wear out you're using more gas up along the top.
Now this 11 makes it past the 96 as the 1 car. Ooh, that was close to getting in contact and wrecking that 4. They settle it out. A little bit of experience showing there. So no wreck. The 4, the 1, and the 48 have caught our 2 Toyota leaders. Jagway, I saw you kind of running a middle line there at the end where you're trying to save your tires and fuel at the end. Does the middle line save some tires?
Yeah, I didn't really know which one to do, so I just went right in the middle.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean,
Split the difference, I guess.
And this is the guy that won last night.
That's him.
I was trying my best to be at the bottom. That's what I was shooting for.
Oh, man. Well, that 4-car Draven's showing some speed here in the middle of stage 2. He's battling Big Jim there up there for the lead. What car is that? The 41 of K-Bart they're coming up to? The Iowa native? The Iowa Ringer?
Yes, that's K-Bart.
Oh, man. Not a good showing for the 41 tonight. This is one of his tracks.
I know he takes. We were talking after the Xfinity race last night, and he was pretty disappointed he didn't get the win there because he likes to show out well at his home track.
Yeah, for sure. So he went down to lap 1 there in stage 1. I'm not sure if he got that lap back at the stage break because I don't think he was the last car lap down. And he's about to go down another lap. It's the Draven in the Ford machine makes it past the 11 car Big Jim. He is your new leader here in stage 2. How many laps to go? Oh, the 11 and the 96 make a little bit of contact. They're going to try to stay off a little bit more contact. Contact down the front stretch.
36 at the line.
36 to go at the line.
Oh, 36 right now.
36 now, so 35 at the line. So we're only halfway through stage 2 here as they were 3 wide for second place. The 11 of Big Jim's going to make it out there. He's going to take away P2. But the 1 of you already heard, his long run speed's starting to come in. That 4 of Draven 64, he's taking off. As that 41 of K-Bart does go a lap down. 35 to go here in stage 2. The 96 of Panthers 24, I believe he's got his car set up for the short run. He's falling back to 5th. He was up there battling for the lead, led a couple laps. Now he's going to just try to hang with these guys. Go through the field a little bit. See if we got any more racing going on.
I think Panthers and Big Jim both are definitely set up for the short run, and these three, Draven, you already heard, and Captain Killam are all set up for the longer run, is what it looks like.
Kevin in the 2 machine making a run on the 00 of Gator. He's going to get inside of him going into 3. Dives down to the bottom. It looks like he's going to be able to clear Gator off of 4. And he does. Kevin takes away the position. I'm not sure what position, but he's got it. Back here a little bit farther than back, that 42 with heavy damage along with the 37. Also heavy damage. The 12 has heavy damage. The 4 car's just driving away, but the 1 of you already heard is doing his best to manage that gap as he got by the 11 of Big Jim for P2. And that 48 of Captain Killam trying to take away P3 away from the 11 car. Alright, as I'm stuck here on the 4, our leader, Draven 64, our 3-time winner here in the Cup Series. A lot of different paint schemes from the Busch Beer campaign this year. What was your favorite? Jag Boy, Swamp, whoever wants to talk first.
You know, go ahead, Jag Boy.
I think the one that he's running right now, this is probably my favorite one.
I'll be honest, I'm a big Busch guy. Love my Busch Light. I dug the one he's driving right now is kind of outdoorsy. Well, they're all kind of outdoorsy. But I like this one. I really dug the Ducks Unlimited one that he ran in Texas. It was a pretty sweet looking one, I thought.
I was thinking the Ducks Unlimited one as well, because the front there, it looks black, but it's actually that mallard green. It's actually got a nice little tint to it. I'm a sucker for dark green.
Yeah, you know, I'm a little colorblind, so I can't really tell, but it looks sweet.
Yeah, what can you do?
Man, on Heat 3, man, I took my time, made this camo car and all this and that. My brother came downstairs, he goes, dude, why'd you make a car with red camo?
Don't know what to tell you. On the old Call of Duty games, there used to be a paint scheme you can unlock for your guns that was a red camo. So
yeah, it's what it kind of looked like after he told me. But the colorblind assist goes on for the Call of Duty games.
Oh. Well, we got plenty of time. Talk about your life being colorblind. How do you know when to stop at a stoplight?
Well, I've only ran one. You know, you just kind of go off like the dark's red, and the not so dark one's yellow, and then the bright one's green.
Well, fair enough. I'm guessing you can still see light, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I can still see colors. It's just they get mixed up. And
is it the red-green colorblind, or is it
red, green, and blue, purple? Like the colorblind test with the circles and the colors, and they have the shapes. I can't see like half of them.
Oh wow.
I see the colors. I just can't tell what numbers in it.
Alright, so the 42 goes a lap down. I believe he was on the lead lap before that. I'm not sure. He's either 1 or 2 laps down now here at stage 2.
I didn't get to see who was all on a lead lap or a lap down at the end of the stage.
I hear you. Jagboy, are you colorblind? Or are we just moving on from that conversation?
No, we're just moving on.
Right. Well, I don't have depth perception, so there's a little tidbit.
That would be tough.
Yeah.
Just generally blind though.
It would sound tough for the whole no depth perception thing, but I guess that's all I've ever known, so I've like adapted to it. So it's
what is it like? Everything's like
normal.
flat.
I mean everything appears normal to me, but apparently so. There's no like depth. There's no like. For example, I was reading this. I don't know, we're getting off track here, but whatever. I was reading this book on it, and it was a short book, more like an article. But anyways, I don't want to sound over the top, but they were pretty much saying like the difference is like with somebody that's not has no depth perception, somebody that has depth perception, they know exactly like how far out to reach to grab something. But somebody that doesn't have depth perception, like me, we just keep reaching until we touch it, and then that's when we know to stop reaching. But but you won't know the difference because you were born that way, so that's just normal.
Right. Well, that's kind of like how the colors are with me.
Yeah, that's true. I never knew I didn't have depth perception until I signed up for the Air Force, and they were like, "You ain't got depth perception." Oh shit.
So were you allowed to do it then?
Yeah, it's just half the jobs I was restricted from being. Like I couldn't have been like an aircraft gunner or this, that, or the other. You know, shit that requires depth perception.
Right. Well, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a pilot in the Air Force, and we were walking in. Me and my mom were walking in the Kroger, and I told her she was full of crap and this and that. She goes, "Nope, go ask that guy." And he was in the Air Force. I asked him. He goes, "Yeah, you can't be a pilot."
Yeah, no, not
Crushed my
colorblind.
dreams at the age of 6. Thanks, guy.
Well, and you have to be like in a certain height. You have to be in between like 5'7" and 6'1". Like if you're outside of those, like because the way the cockpit's built,
Right.
you're not going to fit in there.
I'm right at 6 foot.
Oh, well, you made the cut, I guess.
Well, except colorblind, so.
Swamp, tell us about your just blindness. Not Swamp,
Blindness?
Jackboy, sorry.
Oh well, not actually blind, but
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean,
You said you're pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I got glasses, pretty thick, because I'm blind. Can barely see anything. Take them off.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you have a 100% race at
Yeah,
Iowa.
that's a good excuse for if you ever run into somebody.
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad I get to see. Yes, it is. That long.
Maybe some of the guys need glasses.
Hey.
I
So-
think he might be onto something there.
So the one.
We got a battle for a lead.
The one of you already heard has picked up that long run speed that we saw he had in stage 1. He is down below the 4 of Draven, but they're coming up on a lap car here. Let's see if he plays a role in this battle, as the 37 did earlier on in the stage. Looks like the 31 is just trying to get out of the way. I think he tried to tell the 4 he was going up high, but the 4 just followed him up there, the 4 in the wall twice. There you go. The 31 was just trying to get out of the way there, but the 4 followed his line. Oh, the 31 got too far out of the way. And hard impact into the wall. He's upset about that. That was a self-imposed mistake. 15 to go here at the line. We lost a viewer when we were talking about eyesight, by the way. So, just throwing that out there.
I think the 31 might have blown.
Normally.
I think the 31 blew an engine.
Oh, wow.
Did he?
Oh, a little bit of...
Yep.
Did the engine get a little bit overheated?
Yep.
Gotcha.
All that nose damage.
Yeah. Alright, so the 1 and the 48 are battling out here for the stage win. That 48 won stage 1, and the 1 car is going to try to not let him sweep both stages. 48's a little bit loose off the corner. Now, they have not had a caution at all this stage, so we are on the original tires that they started with for this stage. So these tire wears, if anybody's got a stream up, it's got to be close to the 20%. If they even have it up on their view.
No, Captain Cone doesn't.
Joe's not
Awesome. Oh,
cooperating
we got a
either.
car through the grass.
on the
He's going
grass.
to be able to save it.
I think that was the 12.
It might be the 2. Is that the 2? That's the 2 of Kevin that was through the grass.
I bet
They-
it was 2.
They look alike.
They've got the same paint scheme almost.
I think Jake Carver's done.
So Jay Carver's engine quit on him.
Expired.
And
gone.
the 1 is catching that 2 machine. He's going to put him a lap down. I'm not sure if he's currently on the lead lap. He was running pretty strong there in stage 1, so you got to think he is on the lead lap. He's going to go down a lap here if things continue the same way as they come back to about 11 laps to go here in the
10 to go.
10 to go. So stage 3 is a rather long stage. How long is it, Jag? Is it 140, did we say?
140.
140 laps in stage 3. Now that's as long as we usually run our races, because that's 50% of the race. So they're going to have a whole nother, essentially a whole nother league race here in just stage 3.
Wonderful.
We've already talked about eyesight. I wonder what's coming next.
Oh, man.
my.
Oh, the 1 gets loose off the corner. They're coming back to 8 to go. Will he be able to manage that looseness? The tire wear is definitely coming into play here. As they're coming up on the 37 of Marksman. He's trying to get out of the way, but they... it's one of those... You try to step out of the way, but then they go the same way. Awkward moments. The 1 gets past them.
It's like when you do a little dance with them there. You know?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. But now I think the 37, he might be 2 laps down. I think Kevin's still in the lucky dog seat. I'm not sure. I wish we had a ticker. 7 laps to go here in stage 2.
704 games.
Hey, maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll wake up tomorrow, download the update, and just be surprised.
Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful?
I was hoping in that patch, because we had a race that night, I was hoping when I got on there, I was like, please, please, please. Oh,
I was hoping so too. Big time.
Oh, the 1 got into the apron just a little bit. The 48's going to close up on him here. I believe it's 6 to go. The 48's looking down, but the 1's going to drive it in there. How many?
Go to the line.
5 to go at the line here in stage 2, and we have a battle for the lead. They are side by side down the backstretch. The 48's going to go down below the 1. The 1, this is a repeat of stage 1. The same positions, the same cars, the same spot on the track. And it looks like the 1 is not going to be able to hold his own up there on the top. It's 5 to go here in stage 2. He drives it in far, deep down into 1. I don't think he got the bumper, but that was really close. What are you willing to do to get this stage win if you are Joe, Jagboy? I already know what you'll do, Swamp.
Probably what Swamp will do.
Okay, so 4 to go here, and the answer is completely wreck the guy to get the stage win.
No,
Whoa. When did I say that?
no, I would just race him as clean, as aggressively clean as I possibly can. Maybe a little contact. I don't like to race too aggressively, believe it or not.
Oh, if y'all raced with me last year in the league,
Race.
you guys already know that I would put the bumper to him.
I would.
We're coming back to 3 to go.
Guy with the points lead, and you really start thinking about those points. Yeah, this is a situation here where points leader, you can't afford to give him any more playoff points or stage points or.
Well, that's absolutely true, but we still have 140 laps after this, so I don't know. Looks like Joe's going to hang out behind that 48. I'm sure he would take it if he could get up there, but that 48 has been struggling a long run as well, as that 1 got loose off of 2. It looks like if everything stays the same here, the 48 is going to sweep stage 1 and stage 2 with one more to go.
One to go.
Oh, the 1 drove it in there hard. He's not going to be able to get to him. That was his last-ditch effort, I believe. Oh, the 3. Is there a little bit of team orders going on here? No, he's just going to get out of the way.
I'm a little disappointed.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
whoa! Looked like he was coming down there for a second.
Maybe it wasn't. Damn,
there
boy,
you-
easy.
He heard you, man. Oh, he's disappointed. Take him out. All right, well, there's your stage 2. Captain Killam in that 48 is going to win stage 1 and stage 2. The one of you already heard finishes in second in stage 1 and stage 2. And if we can get an official top 5, whenever, that'd be great.
Raven, Big Jim, and Shadowhawk.
Yep.
Shadowhawk bounced back there. He struggled at the start of that stage.
So Big Jim hanging around, showing that he was a right move to call up tonight. He's led plenty of laps and finishes top 5 both stages.
Oh, for sure. If I'm Big Jim, I'm tightening my car up a little bit. Try to get her to handle a little better on the long run. Give up a little more in the short.
It's definitely shown effective as our P1, P2, and P3 as Draven hung on for P3. All other cars set up for the long run. As we've only had
Looks
one
like
caution here for incident during the race.
Kelvin is going to be our lucky dog, it looks like.
Well, there you go. The 2 car gets his lap back. He's been quietly running pretty strong here all season. That 2 car, Kevin.
Gotta put 11 cars on the lead lap.
Alright, so here we go to start stage 3. This 140 lap stint as the 48 leads the way. He won stage 1 and stage 2. Sitting there in P3 as Big Jim in that 11 car. We saw him have short run speed all night long. Will he be able to make it back up to the front?
And Panthers. Panthers has some pretty good short run speed too.
That is true as he rides P5. Or possibly P6. P5.
How many laps to go?
140 laps to go, Mr. Sproul. Well, probably 137 now. As we have D. Sproul tuning into the broadcast. This is stage 3. Stage 3, 137 now laps to go. That 41 at K-Bart got a little roughed up again. Not a good showing for the local kid. Oh, let's get back up here let's watch this battle up here. Between the 96, the 1, and the 11, they're battling pretty hard up here for P3. The 96 down below the 4. He's going to try to take that position away. Oh, he lost momentum. They're 3 wide coming off of 2. The 11, the 96, and the 1, they get it sorted out. I think the 1 backed off there smartly so. And we had a car loose back there, but he collected. I think that was the 00 of Gator. They're still battling hard here for P3. This has pretty much been the class of the field tonight here, your top 5. Captain Killam, the 4 of Draven was strong in stage 2, and he's back up here in stage 3. The 11 of Big Jim's led a lot of laps. The 96 led a few laps, and the 1 of you already heard has finished second in both stages. Besides this top 5, is there any other car out here that could challenge these guys?
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of speed out of Shadowhawk that first stage, and he had some bad luck there in the start of the second stage, but he still battled back for 5th.
Well, there you go. The 18 might be the dark horse of the night, the Jag Boy of the night, shall I say. Jag Boy, do you have any dark horses besides the top 5 and the 18?
I was going to say the 18, but, I mean, I'm watching like the 19 of Storm Rooster, who is about to pass, or is looking to pass the 1 on the outside. He's come alive late, looks like. Trying to fight for a top 5.
And Storm Rooster definitely one of the more aggressive drivers in the league. When there is an inch to take, he's going to take it. Looks like he got a little bit too far out of the groove there. I'm curious about, and he hasn't been strong tonight, but the 9 of Cobra. He always seems to kind of rise to the top. As they are 3 wide for the lead, the 11 of Big Jim splitting the 4. The 11 backed out. Smart decision there. He knows he's primarily an Xfinity guy. No need to ruin the Cup regulars night here. It's early in stage 3. Well, I thought that was going to be interesting there for a little bit. That's a good decision by Jim. We definitely would have seen something about that in Discord.
Yeah, and I'm sure that those guys are going to give him a little more respect for making that move and backing out there.
He definitely could have forced their hand if he wanted to. The 2 makes contact. I mean, the 4 makes a little bit of contact on the 48's rear bumper there. Not too much to cause the 48 to get out. It's towards the 19 into the 18. The 9. The 19's around hard. The 9's going to be able to save it. The 3's also involved. The 00 got to the wall trying to avoid that. No caution. We stay green here at Iowa Speedway.
I think that's the third or fourth incident that the 3 car's been in tonight.
Just an unlucky night for him.
Catch a break.
All right, back here in the lead. Oh, the 48 in the wall hard. The 11's going to take advantage and pass him. I'm not sure. He might have had a second or two worth of damage for that hit. That was a hard hit on the outside. As he's going to get in the wall again. Oh, barely saved that. That was close.
Yeah, that wasn't no small smooch. That was a nice big old French kiss there he did to the wall.
He hit pretty. He's staying up here. It'll be interesting to see if he falls back anytime soon. If you get right side damage, that tightens it up, right? I haven't played this game as much as you guys as far as this damages go. If you get damage on that right side, does it tighten it up? Loosen?
I didn't notice a terrible amount. I actually had a little bit of right side damage yesterday, and I didn't notice a terrible amount.
Yeah, I didn't really get much damage last night, so I don't know.
Now, when my nose got crunched in last night, that definitely tightened the old girl up.
Yeah, I bet it did. That 48's not showing any signs of damage here as he's still in P3. He's waiting to see how this battle for the lead plays out. Maybe he could take advantage, take a position or two away. But the guy that I kind of highlighted a little bit earlier, the 9 of Cobra, always seems to rise to the top, riding in P5.
Definitely sneaking his way up here.
He's one of those guys that you don't really hear too much about, but he compiles those top 5s throughout the season, and then the next thing you know, he's got a deep playoff run. He's good for a win or two a season. A win not yet to come here this season.
I think he's going to come in.
We got a little bit of a battle back here. Oh, we have the 8 wasted on pit road. He came down, probably fixed his damage for this long run. Now, 140 laps here on stage 3. There's 80 laps to a fuel run. When do you pit here? And you got tire fall off and everything here at Iowa. When do you pit, Jag boy? I mean, you mastered it last night.
I think with this, with what they have, I would just split it in half. Maybe you could split in half, go 70-70, or you can go 80-60. It really just depends on what you want to do. If you want to push it to 80. But I think that's really the only 2 things that you can do. Unless you want to short pit 10 laps.
Says the guy who stayed out late and took advantage of those fresh tires later in the run and ended up winning the race. Swap, what would you do here, knowing what you know from last night?
I think I would try to go about 80-60 here. That way you got the freshest tires at the end. If it goes caution free.
Copying a little bit of Jag Boy's strategy from last night that he's not willing to give out tonight. But these Cup guys, these Cup guys had to have been watching last night. They had to have seen what happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were definitely talking, chatting.
Yeah.
They were definitely the FPGM boys. They're kind of picking the Xfinity guys' brains a little bit off of last night.
So that's one of the advantages of having a team. You can do that sort of thing.
Or just friends. And another thing too, going off that, if you try to stay out for that 80, you might catch a caution there at the end of your run and trap quite a few guys a lap down. That was kind of what I was hoping for last night, as I was almost on the same strategy as Jag Boy.
Yeah. That's the opposite of what I was hoping for. I did not want a caution.
Oh, that's the difference between being in first and third.
Yeah.
The 37 of Keegan back there hard into the wall. He's going to lose even more spots. That 18 of Shadowhawk is now behind the 3. They were involved in an incident earlier today. 42 looks like he's getting a little loose off the corner. That's the 88 trying to drive around him. The 96 of the 88's in the wall. He's going to be able to save it. The 96 of Panthers trying to make a rebound. The 88 goes by the 42. Oh, they're still side by side.
Man, what a hell of a battle for the lead.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I'm missing it.
Oh, these three have been together the last 10 to 20 laps.
Oh, the 48 kind of backed his corner up a little bit. He's going to try to get the run down the backstretch. That doesn't work. This 48's got to be confident, though, because he knows he has a long run speed, so he's sitting there thinking, yeah, go ahead, burn up your tires, right?
Yeah, I think he's kind of waiting on Jim's tires to fall off. We've kind of, unless he made an adjustment to help his car out on the long run.
As Big Jim retakes the lead, he's going to lead more laps here at Iowa Speedway. Big Jim making his Cup Series debut tonight in that 11 Toyota Camry. He's led a lot of laps. I wish if we had some stats or whatnot, but he's led at least 50, I'm assuming 50 laps or so.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully his crew chief doesn't decide to put a shingle on the front grille.
Oh Lord. I would talk about the real championship race, but I'm still a little bit salty. I'm not a big Cowboys fan. So, the 88 fell back a few positions while we were up there in the front. I'm not sure what happened there, but the 2 of Kevin makes it around the 88 and the 42. I think that's for P5 or P6.
P6.
Yep.
He got that lucky dog there too, I believe.
Oh, so he's running strong. Once again, he's one of those silent guys that's just... Oh, the 18's super loose off the corner. Clipped the grass a little bit, but he's going to be able to save it going down into 1. Kevin's been having a pretty good season here early on. The 3's underneath the 42. They make slight contact, but they're going to be able to save it. The 42 is going to have the lead over the 3 going into 3.
Yeah, Big Jim pulling away from these front two, the 2 guys behind him.
Looks like the 37 and maybe the 12's motors kind of gave out on him here on this 100% race.
This 19 goes a lap down, Storm Rooster.
A little bit of mechanical problems. Oh, the 19 into the 1. They make contact. The 1's going to remember that, I'm sure. The 19, they make contact again. See if I can't get to one of their cars. There we go. And they make contact again going into 3.
Maybe Storm Rooster's mad. Maybe he's the one that... Maybe he feels like the one car caused that wreck that ultimately ended up putting Storm Rooster this lap down.
Well, so the 19 a lap down, putting the door to the 1 a few times.
He's trying to send a message.
That's going to be interesting to watch. As we have pretty much a 4-car battle back here for P6. As the 2 currently holds it, the 42 is trying to take it away. The 3 car, I'm not sure if is the 3 car battling for position. I know he was involved in some damage early on.
A couple laps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's here battling. Oh, the 42 and the 3 make contact. The 3 in the inside wall. No caution.
Oh, wow. More damage for the 3. It's a rough night for Keenan's.
All right, let's get back to that lead pack. I'm sure they're still battling it out. As the 4 has recaught the 11. The 48, I feel like he's just back there stalking his prey, waiting for his time to pounce.
And the 1 back there, he's not too far back. He's had some really good long run speed tonight, as well as the 48.
That he has. He's shown very, very fast long run speed here in Stage 1 and Stage 2. As he finished 2nd place in both stages. The 11 takes the lead, or resumes the lead, as him and the 4 were battling each other pretty hard there for 2 or 3 laps. And then right behind them in P5 is the 9 of Cobra just riding around by himself. P6 is pretty far behind him. So there's no need for him to rush. You think he'd be saving tires.
Really stepping out on exit both ends of the racetrack. Looks like a fun race. Wish
Yeah,
I
it
was
looks like,
racing.
according to Joe's stream, it looks like Cobra's got about a 3-second lead over Kevin there. The 2 car.
Yeah, so no need to push the issue there. Or are you trying to give everything that you have to catch that car in front of you, Jagboy?
Sorry, what was the question? I was looking at the cars on pit road.
Yeah, no problem. So the 9 of Cobra, he's got a pretty big lead over P6. He's currently running P5. Are you trying to catch these cars in front of you, or are you just taking your time and hoping they burn their stuff up?
I think at first you're trying to catch them and get all you can, but if you're not catching them at all or very little, I think you just lay back a little bit and start conserving your stuff.
Well, there you go.
Whoever is talking sounds very sexy, wink wink.
Looks like the 12 of OFR and the 37 of Marksman are done.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
they're
Their engines may have overheated there on this 100% race. The 9 of Cobra was running that extreme high line, trying to make it way around the track. The Sproul, it does look like a pretty exciting race. We wish you were here as well, but it also looks like we got a troll in our YouTube lobby.
No.
Oh,
Who is it?
Lingcod Lover. Whoever is talking sounds very sexy. Wink, wink.
Oh my.
Jag boy, you got yourself a fan.
Jag
Thanks,
boy.
man. Appreciate it.
It is pen you turd.
I'll give you my number after the race.
Oh
Just say
Lord.
fuck it.
Wait.
Oh Lord. We got some comments. Got some comments coming over the audio, but I don't see it on.
I changed my YouTube name by
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I think it's Penn. I think it's Penn. I think he said it was Penn. Oh, so he must be talking to you, Swamp Fox.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait a minute. FPGM showing their love.
Whatever, Ken.
Jack Flick getting a little offended.
Don't take it to heart.
3 times.
Oh Lord! All right, so we have the 48 still trying to make it around the 11 of Big Jim. He's not going to be able to do it off of this corner. The 4 Draven's falling off a little bit.
Yeah, I think I saw him get into the wall. Just a hair.
Oh Swamp ILL be flicking my beam for your boys
Oh,
tonight.
good Lord! I'm not even going to read that one out loud. So the one car's making it. The one car's making his way past the 4. He's going to try to take away P3.
We have under 100 to go.
Oh
This is
my
95.
god, emoji skull.
95
Oh,
right
by
now.
the way, this is a very nice race.
Come into 94 to go.
94 to go at the line. So we still have 94 laps here at Iowa Speedway. That's still a very long way to go. We are, so that makes it, what, 56 laps into this run? We know a fuel run is 80. How long can these tires go? I mean, we've seen them stretch it about 65 laps there in stage 2, taking away a couple for the beginning caution laps. So we know we could make it 65. We've already ran, what did I say, 54.
Fuck
How
these
long can they stay out?
100 races.
I don't know. Captain Kilmer, he hasn't brought up his tires at all, so I have no idea what the tire wear is looking like.
Yeah, I don't believe these guys are too worried about tires. Joe isn't on his either.
So it doesn't look like the 48 is worried about it as he's down below the 11 trying to make the pass for the lead as he leads coming to the line. 92 to go.
Something I'm definitely going to be watching when they make their pit stops is their pit road entry. See how aggressive or conservative they are. Because last night there was a bunch of guys that were taking a really conservative entry. Like some people were
That
going
was a moist pass.
down the back straightaway in the apron in 3 and 4, like taking it really slow.
They
and that's-
go away hard at 7.5, but it's all in how your setup is.
So that's a good point to bring up because the pit road speed here at Iowa Speedway is 40 miles an hour, which is crawling compared to the speeds on the track. I'm not sure. I didn't race last night. But you got to be getting up into, what, 140s, 150s around here?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there in a cup car. And then you're expected to slow all the way down to 40 miles an hour to get on pit road. Now, we have a fan of that 48 pass right before the 11 just passed. Oh, what we got?
Big wreck, I think. I don't know.
The 41 at K-Bar coming down pit road.
41.
Almost to 160 at the line.
Yeah, I think it was just a 41. No, it wasn't. Someone was in the wall hard. That's like a red car.
No, maybe it was a little bit of lag or something.
Maybe.
Well, hoping to see maybe our second caution of the night for incident. We've only had 3 tonight. 2 of them was for the stage breaks. One of them was a very early on lap 2 was our first caution, and trying to battle it out for the positions. It looks like the 48's going to edge out the 11 here for the lead. John OCG said they go away hard at 75%, but it's all in how your setup is. I'm assuming he's talking about the tire wear that we were talking about. So once you hit 75%, it seems like they drop off. But this 48's
been like 1-0.
This 48's driving pretty good here on old tires.
Yeah, the Big Jim is not. Oh, go ahead, Swamp.
I was just gonna comment that we haven't seen the fall off from Big Jim like we have in the past run, so he might have found an adjustment that he really liked here.
That's absolutely true.
OFR.
He's back to the inside.
Hello, John. OFR 50. Yeah, Big Jim, he must have definitely took notice there in stage 1 and stage 2 of how hard he fell off at the end, and he's definitely set his car up for the long run. As these top 4 here, they're all really close to each other. Any one of these guys could still win the race before we go down for the green flag stops. That's going to be the big decision maker here, I believe.
Yeah. I think it's going to come down to I think the big thing is going to be pit road entry, how aggressive they are, because last night my pit road entry was very aggressive. I don't think I started slowing down until almost out of 4, so I know I could be pretty aggressive.
Oh, the one car drives it in hard there, and they're side by side right behind each other. Go ahead. Sorry.
That mark there on the inside of 3 and 4, that first one seemed about the place to start slowing her down.
Oh, I was slowing down like the second one.
Oh.
Wow. About 65 laps into this run, we still have our top 4 racing within a half a second of each other. Within probably 2/10 of each other. I mean, they're right on top of each other. It looks like the 11 of Big Jim is going to be able to take the lead. Go ahead.
Side note, too, is Jim sped twice getting on the pit road yesterday.
Yes, I was about to bring that up. I was going to say keep that in mind because he made a couple of mistakes there in stage 3. That's the reason why he wasn't there towards the top. So 48 goes down below the 11. He's going to try to take that away. So the 1 car, if you already heard, drives it in hard in the 1 and 2. They are 3 wide. 65 laps into a run as the 1 car backs off a little bit. Probably closer to 70 laps into a run now. They've got to be coming here in the next 5 to 10 laps. They have to. There's no way they can stay out any longer on these tires.
Oh, the Captain Killen just put up his tires, and he's still got over 50% on
what?
His left sides are in the 70s, and right front is 64, right rear is 55.
Wow.
So
okay.
Tire fall off. It doesn't look like it's that big. He has 26 laps of fuel.
Joe has not put up his tires yet.
Wow, I was not expecting to hear that. Oh, we have a car in the fence. I think that's going to be the 42 of Mr. Williams. The top 4 is going to be able to make it by him. He's still in the fence back there. I don't think he's moving. Let me cycle through to him. He's got it moving now.
The 4 car just barely missed him.
Wow, the 4 car in the wall here. And the top 3 is going to drive away from the 4. As the 9 of Cobra is just sitting back here in 5th, minding his own business. Alright, let me get back to that league, 'cause that's where all the battle's going on at. So here we go again. Stage 1 and Stage 2 looked like this, with the 48 leading and the 1 of you already heard following closely behind. The 42 of Mr. Williams is on pit road. They've got to be in their fuel window now, so he's short pitting. He's got to repair some of that damage too where he hit in the wall. So the 1 of you already heard, the 48 has beat you twice on Stage 1 and Stage 2. You know he's got that in the back of his mind. You know that he knows that the 48 is slightly faster than him. I wonder if he's going to change anything here if it comes down to the win, and they're as close as they were in Stage 1 and Stage 2, because they were right on top of each other.
Yeah, I think maybe the one place where he can beat him at is coming to pit road a lap or 2 early.
All right, okay, we got laps to go whenever you get the chance. No big deal.
This is, I believe, coming to 73 to go.
So 73 to go. We're just about halfway through the stage. This is 140 lap stage 3. So we're about halfway through the stage, yeah. And then, but there's 80 laps to a fuel run. Do you save any fuel here while still running 100%? Jagboy, do you save any fuel, at least in the Xfinity car?
No, you definitely would lose in the Xfinity car. You're definitely losing some fuel when you're running 100%. So I don't think I think it's really hard to save if you even can at here at Iowa. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
All right, so we know there's 80 laps to a fuel run, and they are just about halfway through the 140 lap stage. So they've ran about 70 laps here. So they're going to have to come within the next, once again, 5 to 10 laps. As currently at P1 is Captain Killam in the 48. P2 is that one machine of you already heard. P3 is the 4 of Draven. P4 is the 11 of Big Jim, making his Cup Series debut here in the North America.
Yeah, nobody around him.
Oh, Panthers.
Oh,
is P5.
Panthers has caught him and passed him. Oh, and the 18th now trying to catch up to the 9 car. So Panthers P5, making his debut tonight as well in the Cup Series. The 18 of Shadowhawk has only ran a couple races with us. He's currently trying to hunt down that 9 machine to take away P6. And the 19 of Storm Rooster back there in P8. Looks like Captain Killam has taken the demanding lead. Well, not quite demanding, but he's put himself some room on that one car. If you already heard, it's definitely not the close racing that we had seen just 10 laps ago. So they're going to have to pull some strategy out here. So if they pit after 80 laps, they're going to have 60 more laps to go if they run it all the way dry. Does Big Jim go back to his previous setup and try to get some of that short run speed back in the car?
That's a good question. I don't know, because he was running with them there for, I would say, for over 60 laps. He was still competing for the lead there, so...
00 down pit road. Assuming he's going to have to take 4 fresh good years and fill it up with some Sunoco fuel. The 48 makes his way past the lapped car of wasted 88. The one's going to be able to clear him as well going down into turn 1. Oh, he drove down in there hard. He's not going to be able to carry his speed throughout the corner.
Oh, but he's caught back up.
They may not have their... Well, do they have their fuel up on their streams?
No.
Yes. There's 12 laps.
12 laps left on fuel. So they must have been saving it somewhere.
They're coming to 65 to go.
65 to go at the line as Joe, you already heard, in that one machine, making the move past the 48 for the lead late in this race. He's going to clear him off of 4 and lead the field to the line.
I think if I'm the 48, I would pit now. Now that he just got passed for the lead, I would pit now.
So we're definitely going to see some differing strategies here late in this race. It appears that we're going to go green this whole race except for one caution that came on lap 2 of the race and there in stage 1. So definitely some strategy that's going to come in play, and if anybody wants to short pit, they're going to have to come now. As the fuel's running out, everybody's about to come. So
Yeah.
if you want to short pit, you're going to have to do it now. So we'll see if anybody takes a flyer on that.
Well, I don't know if he should pit, because he's keeping up with him.
as the top 5 stay out on the track.
Well, good night, boys.
Oh, John's going to bed. Oh, we have a couple cars on pit road. Let's see who they are. Oh, I just missed it. Oh, the 3 of Keats. And who was that? The 18 of Shadowhawk?
18.
Yeah.
So that 18, he was running P6 or P7. He's trying this short pit strategy here. Keats, I believe, is damaged a couple laps down. But
Yeah.
it might work out for Shadowhawk. He might pick up a couple positions here. The two of Kevin on pit road. The 18 did not speed. He had a normal pit stop time as he makes his way off of pit road. And he's going to merge out of 2. Over to Kevin and that 2 machine. See, now enters his stall. Once again, pit road speed here is 40 miles an hour, about 100 mile an hour difference than what you're driving on the track. It feels like eternity coming down pit road. So that 2 car's also been competitive here. Short pitting, he may pick up a couple spots.
Oh.
As he did not speed, he's coming off of pit road now.
.48 almost.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
Clipped the apron in 3 and 4 and went way up the track and lost a lot of time.
He's got,
So,
yeah.
I think he's giving the signal here.
Now.
Oh, the 4's coming as well. He got very conservative. Let the 11 go. The 4 is on the apron going into 3. The 4 is too conservative, I think, coming in to pit road. I think this is going to cost him. The 11 drove around him and still came down to pit road. I do not believe he sped. He took a position away and still pit. The 9 of Cobra on pit road. We have a lot of cars on pit road here as I cycle through. The 11 of Big Jim, the 48 of Captain Killam, the 88 of Lieutenant Crunch, the 41 of K-Bart.
One car's entering pit road.
The 1 of you already heard. That looked like a pretty nice entry there. He might make up some even more time.
I think him and the 48 had pretty much equal entries from what I saw.
That 4, I think he was a little bit too conservative there. He's going to lose a lot of time. The 8 wasted on pit road, and there's one more. Already said the 88. Maybe it's just you already heard, I saw. All right, the 88's going to merge out of 2. The 48 is going to merge out of 2. 41's coming off.
I'd be interested to see if any of these guys took 2 tires.
The 9 and the 41 are going to merge off 2. Is there any advantage of taking 2 tires here? I don't think we saw any of that in the Xfinity race last night.
No, well, I forget who it was. I think somebody tried to take 2 tires and it just threw their whole setup off. And I mean, they really struggled.
So the 2 car of Kevin, he came down and he short pit probably 3 laps before these guys, and he is in front of the 1 machine and the 48. I'm assuming once this cycles around, he's going to be your new leader.
Yeah, right now, Panthers. The 96
Has he
is
pit?
our leader. He has
Oh, the
not
2's
pit
in the
yet.
wall. That's going to cost him there because he needs to make up as much time on the freshest tires that he has. But hitting the wall is not going to help him there. You said the Panthers has pit or he has not? I'm sorry.
He has not.
Also, Panthers running it long. He's hoping for that strategy of a caution coming out here late, but we've only seen 1. I'm not sure if a caution is going to come out here. We'll probably run it. If the trend continues, we'll probably run it green here the rest of the race. How many laps to go? Just whenever. No rush.
I believe it just said 50. I think they're coming up on 54.
54 to go. So
yeah, Joe is in second right now, and he's got Captain Killam all over his back bumper.
So the 2 car wasn't the Panthers pit?
Not yet.
Yeah.
So the 2 car was not in the lead.
I will watch.
2 car must be a lap down.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he had the lead there for a second.
Alright. I'm watching Panthers. I'll tell you guys when he pits.
All right.
I think he's come down. Yeah, he's come down right now.
cycle through, and he is coming on pit road. Oh, contact on the inside
wall.
wall. There he goes. There goes his chances of winning this race unless a caution comes out. That's a huge mistake.
Big Jim did that last night too.
Big mistake. Speaking of Big Jim, he's currently running P3 now once they all cycle through past Panthers. The 48's trying to take that high lane around the 1. He's going to be able to hold his position. The 48 with the run.
Actually, Big Jim is P4. You still got Kevin in the 2 in 3rd place.
Oh, so Kevin
Sticking
was?
with the leaders.
Okay, so Kevin was the leader there, besides Panthers.
No, Kevin. Oh.
Yeah, I lied.
So Kevin's lap down?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin's not in P3.
I
Big
lied.
Jim, you're fine. Big Jim back there in P3. So currently, the 1 car is in P1 here with about 50 laps to go, I'm guesstimating. The 48 is currently running P2. Now, this is the inverse of these guys here in Stage 1 and Stage 2. The 48 won both stages. And the 1 car finished second on both stages as the 96 merges back out on the track behind the 1, behind the 48, behind the 2, and behind the 11. He's going to be P5. But he's going to have fresh tires. Now, he did wreck. Did he? Is he on fresh tires and is he on the lead lap?
He's not on the lead lap.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say, watch out here.
Yeah, Joe's got his now. Joe has his tires and laps up for some reason, but so it's just this is coming up on 48 to go.
All right, so 48 laps to go here at Iowa Speedway. That's about half of a stage that we ran earlier. The stages ran 70 laps, 140 laps, stage 3, and we only have, what was it, 47? You said 48 left.
Yeah. Yep.
In the race. So it all comes down to this. Once again, we only had 1 caution tonight for incident, and that was on lap 2 of the race. As soon as that happened, I knew for sure this was going to be a mess. But they all kind of settled themselves out. Oh, the 2's in the wall. He's going to lose that position to the 11 of Big Jim.
Yeah, they mostly kept it clean tonight. Yeah, after that first wreck, I thought this was going to be more of a wreck fest, but they're actually pretty surprised. They kept it pretty clean tonight, pretty calm for the most part.
Yes, they have. Everybody's kind of giving each other some room when needed. We've seen the 11 show some of his experience, some of his moxie here in this race. There was a couple times where he could have forced it 3 wide with these Cup regulars, but then he decided to go ahead and back out, let them go. And he's currently riding P3.
Yeah, it looks like he's catching these 2 up front.
Oh, the 48 drove it in hard, trying to get around this 1 machine. And it's not going to work. The 48 barely kept it off the wall. Oh, the 19 was on the apron there. Came up the track, almost made contact with the 00 Gator. Oh, the 96 on fresh tires. He's going to try to come up here and unlap himself. Oh, as he makes contact with the 11.
Yep,
They save it. They were able to save it. That was almost big. Could have collected that 2 machine right behind him. So the 96, he's on fresh tires. I'm sure he wants to come up here and get his lap back the old-fashioned way, but it's a very risky line when you are racing the leaders and you're a lap down. What's the best way to go about that, Swamp? Do you run them hard to get your lap back? I mean, what do you do? Because you got to look out for yourself.
Yeah, that's tough, tricky. I mean, he obviously he has a fast car. He's probably pretty upset they screwed up. I mean, if you can go up there and do it cleanly without messing up these guys' race for the lead, go ahead. If not, I maybe just try to stay in that lucky dog position.
That is a good point. He is the lucky dog, assuming that he gets past all these cars up here that they're fixing to pass. So, I mean, he's not in a bad spot, especially if a caution were to come out. As they're coming up on another car, the 19, I believe he is currently on the lead lap. He's going to try to fight and stay on the lead lap. Oh, the 00's in the wall in front of him. That's going to slow this pack up going into 3. Let's see what happens here. The 19 is going to just stay high and stay out of the way. As the 00 gets his speed back, I'm not sure if he's on the lead lap or not. But if he is, him and that 19 are battling to not go to a lap down, and if they do, they'll be battling the 96 for the lucky dog. Oh, the 11 makes it 3 wide here, and they get it sorted out. So that 19 is becoming a factor here in this lead pack. Racing for the lead. As the 19 stays strong on the outside, the 00 in the wall. They're 4 wide. They're 4 wide. The 96 on the bottom. He's going to try to get his lap back. He's a lap car. The 48 in the middle. The 19's up top. The 11's going to try to take advantage and pass the 48 down below. The 19 makes contact with the 11. And he finally falls back. He gets into the wall. Oh, the 19's still in the wall. The 00 passes him. But this 96 is the lucky dog. They are 3 wide with a lap car in the middle. The 96 goes ahead and backs out.
Smart move.
You got to believe these Cup guys are watching the way that you drive, especially your first call up to the Cup Series, to see if you get another call up or not. That was pretty smart by the 96 of go ahead and realizing that he's a lap down and just needed to go ahead and back out there, especially this late in the race.
Coming up on 36.
Oh, the 11 dives it down into 3. He tried to make it 3 wide, but he loses momentum. The 1 and the 48 are going to be battling it out here for the lead as they cross the line. The 11's not going anywhere, though. The 1's going to go down there and try to block the run of the 11. And the 48 slingshots it around the outside as the 96 is trying to follow him around. The 96 is now behind the 48. Once again, he's a lap down. This 1 car is battling back hard on the inside line. So here comes the 96. He's on a little bit fresher tires. He just wants his lap back. If you're the 48, wouldn't you just let him go?
I feel like if you let him go, 1, I think he's one of the ones that has a chance at short run speed, and 2, if you mess up and let him go, you might end up giving up the lead to the 1 or the 11.
Well, that's definitely a fine line to run there. But if a caution comes out now, he's going back on the lead lap anyways. But he'll start at the back of the pack. So that may be something that's going through the mind of the 48 to Captain Kill him. I've lost track. How many more laps to go do we have? It's the 48 gives the 96 the high line. And the 96 unlaps himself the old-fashioned way. So now I believe the 00 is the lucky dog, if I'm not mistaken.
Coming up on 32 to go.
32 to go. And that's it. Now, if you're the 96 and you just passed the leader, you need to go. Right? If you just, I mean, you can't hold these guys up here. I mean, the 48 and the 96 are going to sit here and battle like they're battling for the lead. I understand you're on newer tires, but if you're going to get your lap back because you're that much faster, you need to go ahead and go on.
100% agree.
Yes, sir.
All right, well that 11 and that 1 are battling pretty hard back there for P2. So we have about 35 laps to go left in this race. That's it. Out of 280 laps, we have 35 to go to decide the winner. The 96 is the last car on a lead lap. The 48 is currently leading the race, and the 11 is currently looking underneath the 1 of You Already Heard. He's going to try to take Joe squeezes him down to the apron, barely gives him a lane down there, but the 11 is not afraid. He's going to take the lane, and he's going to take the position away as he clears the 1 off of 2. I think the 11 showed a lot of skill there. He had enough room to put his car through the hole, but that was it. He didn't have an inch on either side, and he made the pass clean.
Yeah, that was definitely an impressive pass.
All right, so that 11 moves to P2. He had to have seen that the long run speed was the way to go here in Stage 1 and Stage 2. I wonder if he has anything for the 48. The 48 won both Stage 1 and Stage 2. It looks like he's catching him here a little bit.
I'm surprised. It looks like the 1 short run speed all night is looking strong on the long run here. So maybe they tried a couple different things.
Well, a note, they only pit about, what, 20 laps ago? So maybe they, maybe the one of You Already Heard's car still coming to him, and Big Jim's still trying to muscle his way up through there. We're about the middle way through a run. I wouldn't say early on in a run, but that 42 is going to stay up high and try to stay out of the way as the 96 is going to catch him. That 96 is the last car in the lead lap. He's not your leader. The 48 of Captain Killam currently leads the way as the 11 got into the wall pretty, not hard, but he stayed in it pretty long. 42 is just going to stay in that high lane, give the 48 the way around the track. As the 11 is the next car that needs to get past this 42 to try to get back. Oh, we have a car through the grass.
K-Bart.
K-Bart in the 41. He is usually the Iowa ringer. Not a good night for him tonight. The 11 is going to make his way past the 42 with his sights now set on that 48.
I'm interested to see what Big Jim has on a long run, if he did make some adjustments to maybe help his long run speed, or if he's stuck with his short run speed. I don't know, but I'm interested to see.
Yeah, for sure. As the laps are winding down here, we have about 25 laps to go to decide the winner here at Iowa Speedway at a track that the Cup cars do not go to. These Cup guys do not have any experience of league racing anyways at Iowa. NASCAR Heat 4 is the first game to allow the Cup Series to go just about anywhere they want besides dirt tracks. And we're taking advantage of it here in our first season at North American eRacing League. I think the 19 engine overheated.
Looks like it. Unless he just came down again, I'm not sure.
He's been sitting down there for at least a lap or so.
Yeah, it looks like he's done.
And he's still sitting there, so I'm assuming that that 19 is no longer in the race. Can we get an official laps to go? We should be around 20.
Coming up on 20 to go right now.
All right, so 20 to go at the line. 11 of Big Jim was catching that 48 for a little bit there, but it looks like they've evened out. That long run speed of the 48 might be coming too. That one of You Already Heard, if he wants to win the race, he's going to have to put together something pretty fast.
Yeah, he's 2.5 seconds back right now. Be interested to see if that 48 made an adjustment there on that last stop, maybe loosen up just a hair.
Well, we might be interviewing him here in a little bit, and you can ask that very question.
Don't throw the curse.
Assuming no caution comes out, Captain Killam's got a pretty good lead. That 96, to his credit, made it past the 48 about 20 laps ago, and he's been able to stay up there and not mess with the 48. So I mean, he's running his race. I believe he's the last car on the last lap, on the lead lap, excuse me.
Yeah, it is correct.
They are coming up on that 88 Lieutenant Crunch. Let's see if he comes into play as these leaders come around turn 1 and turn 2 with about 17 laps to go out of 280. 17 laps to go for the race.
They'll be coming up on 16.
16 at the line. It looks like the 48's pulled away from the 11 a little bit. Looks like this might be his race to lose.
Yeah, he's got about a 1.2 second lead.
Just a little bit. Let's see if we got any racing for positions. I'm not sure if this 3 and the 9 are for position, but they're side by side. As the 9 clears the 3, he now has his sight set on the 8.
Oh, the 88. I think he got really loose off the 2. He's down by the inside wall. Yeah, he got loose off. Almost wrecked it, but did a good job saving it.
Shadowhawk made his way past Draven for 4th.
Oh, okay. Draven, our 3-time winner here in the Cup Series, currently running P5. Shadowhawk with the impressive pass on Draven. Do we have about 10 laps to go at the line?
Um, 11 at the line.
All right, 11 laps to
Y'all
go.
got the split between first and second.
How far back is Big Jim off of Captain Killam?
1.1 seconds.
1.1 seconds separate the leader from second place. Has he caught him any, or is it maintained?
And if so, is
It's
it
been
closing?
1.1 to 1.2 for the last 10 laps.
Oh, so it's pretty much stayed the same. And it looks like that was the same way on track as we come back to 9 to go, I think. But Big Jim impressive. Big Jim making his Cup Series debut here in North American eRacing League, currently running second. He won Stage 1 and Stage 2 last night in the Xfinity race, showed plenty of speed, deserved the call up and got it, and here he is showing why. How many laps to go so I don't sit here and call a false?
They are coming to 9 to go.
9 to go.
Right now.
9 to go as the 11 of Big Jim gets it to the wall. That's going to slow him down a little bit. Is that lead of Captain Killam still at 1.1, 1.2?
Yeah, 1.3, so he's kind of like just a little bit.
Big Jim just hit the wall pretty hard. You got to think that lead's going to grow here. Big Jim's probably driving it in there, trying to catch that 48. He might be overdriving the car.
Yeah, with this little laps to go, he's driving it as hard as he can, trying to get all he can. And he's got a pretty decent gap to third place, too, by about 2 seconds, so he's just driving his little heart out.
Yeah, for sure. With 8 to go, 280 laps here at Iowa Speedway, and it comes down to 8 laps to go. As long as his... Sorry?
I was just going to say they're coming up on 7 to go here.
Oh, 7 to go. As long as nothing happens here, Captain Killam with 7 laps to go. I mean, he's going to run away with this one. He's going to sweep all the stages. Yeah, for sure. I'm most impressed. Well, I'll save that for after the race. So 6 to go at the line.
Oh.
Do I have any battles throughout the field? Anybody?
The top 4th place is heating up. Draven and Shadowhawk are about probably side by side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're pretty close. Battling for P4.
All right, let me cycle back there as we come back to 4 to go.
Yeah, Captain Killam's pulling away from Big Jim now, I think.
Oh, Draven is currently in P4. Shadowhawk trying to take it away from him. They now cross the line for 4 to go. Whenever Captain Killam crosses the line, that's going to be 3 to go. The 41 of K-Bart, the local kid, is going to stay up high and stay out of the way. That 18 of Shadowhawk, he really wants to get up there and pass Draven. Draven, our 3-time winner here in the Cup Series, has shown he knows how to win. But he's currently running P4 tonight as they come across the line for 3 to go. Shadowhawk driving it down deep in there. And it looks like he's not going to be able to get him. Let me get back to our leader so I can call that. K. Keats in the inside wall. He's slow. 2 to go. Right, we're coming back to 1 or are we coming back to 2?
Should be coming back to 2.
All right, 2 to go here at Iowa. And if a caution's going to come out, it's going to have to come out this lap. And if it does, all mayhem is going to break loose.
Yep, they're coming to the white, so we'll let you take over here.
All right, so the 48 coming around, entering 3, coming around 4. He's going to get back to the line to take the white flag here at Iowa Speedway. 1 to go, presented by Credit One Bank. We have a couple lap cars up here, but I'm not sure he's going to catch him. And if he does, he's probably not going to pass him as he enters in 1 and 2 for the last time tonight. For the 280th time, he comes out of 2 down the backstretch, coming into 3. That 00 of Gator, I don't think he's going to be a factor as Captain Killam comes out of 4, and he's going to collect his 2nd win of the season in the North American eRacing League and the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series.
What a win.
Big Jim finishing 2nd in his Cup Series debut. You already heard, and 3rd. And if we can finish out that top 5, that'd be great. Anybody on a stream?
Jordan. Then 4th, 5th, Shadowhawk, 6th, Cobra, 7th, Panthers, 8th, Lieutenant Crunch, 9th, Kevin, and 10th, Gator Mike.
All right, so Panthers 24 also making his Cup Series debut, finishes off with a top 10 performance.
7th
right.
for Panthers.
Yep, top 10.
Last car on the lap.
Or you want me to call it top 8? Top 7? I'm not sure.
Top 7.
There you go. A top 7 performance. All right, so we're back out of there, and let's get our race winner, Captain Killam, here in the lobby. Jag Boy and Swamp, what did you notice during this race?
Racing tonight.
Yeah, it was interesting to see guys didn't get too big of a lead. Like, the leads weren't super large for the most part, especially in the final stage. A lot of close racing, especially up front.
We definitely had some exciting racing here tonight at Iowa Speedway, a track that the Cup Series does not go to on the actual schedule. I think they should reconsider here because we saw not 1, not 2, but 3 grooves worth of racing. I mean, it really depended on how you set up your car. As we have our race winner, Captain Killam, in our lobby. Captain Killam, how are you feeling for your 2nd win of the season?
Woo! I don't know, I'm tired and sore. That was a long race.
It was a long race. 280 laps. You won stage 1, stage 2, and the race. I mean, I don't even know what question to ask you there. How do you do that?
Well, I'll tell you what, I actually didn't have high hopes going into this one because I don't race Iowa a whole lot. So I was just hoping to get a top 10. And from what I could tell, I wasn't actually the fastest as far as quickest laps on fresh tires, but it seemed like my car held together on the long run pretty well.
Well, up here it did seem to be a little bit of a difference between the cars that decided to take the short run speed and the cars that decided to set it up for the long run. Now, you said you didn't practice too much here. Now, Iowa is not a track that the Cup Series goes to. How did you prepare to come into this race?
I mean, I ran a few laps yesterday. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, just to figure out which setup I wanted to run. And then, believe it or not, I changed it at the last second and ran a different setup going into the race, and that actually worked out. So
it definitely seemed like it worked out. Swamp, anything to ask our race winner?
Yeah, just that. So you guys, it looked like you guys were all pretty close there racing throughout the first and second stages, but that last pit stop you made there in the final stage, did you end up making an adjustment on your car that kind of made the difference in pulling away from them guys?
Yeah, so to touch on stage 1 and 2, there was a lot of awesome racing going on, especially towards the end of that. Everybody was right there, and our tires were worn, and you could kind of tell it driving around, guys. And that made the passing really exciting, for me at least. Shout out to Herd on some side-by-side racing there at the end of 1, and I think 2. And then as far as, yeah, the green flag stop that we had in stage 3, I did make one small adjustment that seemed to fixed the problem I was having like in the middle and the long part of the runs, which seemed to work out because I got about a second and a half out in front and just kind of held it.
Well, there you go, Jack Boy. Anything to ask our race winner?
No, not really. Just congratulations. Great race tonight.
Yep. Thanks. Also, shout out Draven. We had some good racing. And Big Jim, I'm not sure who that is. I guess he might be new, but good job being up in the front and racing around everybody.
Yeah, so Big Jim made his Cup Series debut tonight. He's an Xfinity regular. However, you wouldn't really notice the difference. He was up there giving it all that he had and keeping it clean too.
Yeah, for the most part, I was pretty impressed. So I think he ended up with the fastest lap of the race too.
All right, well, Captain Killam, you've shouted out a few people. Anybody else before you politely leave the party so we can get our runner-up in here?
Cobra and Rooster.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. There you have it. Captain Killam, our race winner, his second win of the year, and he expands his point lead on the series. Congratulations, Captain Killam.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, take care. All right, we are going to get, if I can find them. Goodness, I got a lot of people on my friends list. Alright, as we're going to get our runner-up, Big Jim making his Cup Series debut tonight. I bet he's pretty stoked. I guess we're going to have to sit here and wait and find out. Yeah, this is one of Swamp's recruits. I'm sure they're going to talk about it a little bit. As we have our runner-up in the lobby, Big Jim 11. In his Cup Series debut, finishes second at a 100% race at Iowa. Big Jim, I know you want to win, but how are you feeling?
Feeling tired, man. Holy crap, that was a long one. The car was good. It just wasn't good enough on the long run. It was just falling off little by little, and that's where Killam was getting that time on me. But overall, I had a great time. Like, that was fantastic racing up there with all those guys.
It was definitely fun to watch up here. Now, 250 laps yesterday, 280 laps tonight, 530 laps in 2 nights. Talk about the stamina and any fatigue that came into play.
No fatigue, really, but, I mean, shout out to Panthers and K-Bar for doing the exact same thing. We were all running on limited energy there. It kind of showed for some of us, but I feel good. I feel like I'd do another 100.
Well, I think you could probably do that by yourselves if you ask some of these Cup guys.
Yeah.
I think they're just about done. So you had a pretty impressive runs up here in the pack. There was a couple times where you could have took it 3 wide. I have a feeling if you were in the Xfinity Series, you would have done it. What was going through your mind here running up against these guys in your debut?
The car was so loose on the long run, and every time I get next to someone, the car would just snap on me. And coming off of 4 was just a death trap. So the whole idea there was just not to run into anybody. I'm not a regular in this series. I'm not going to take someone's day out.
So speaking of coming off of 4, I believe you commentated with me when we were talking about the Texas Bite. Swamp has coined the phrase the Iowa Ice coming off of 4.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Now, Swamp, anything to ask your recruit? Oh, we'll save you for last. Jag Boy, anything to ask our runner-up finisher?
I had a question, but I was going to ask him if running all those laps the last 2 nights, if he had any fatigue or anything, but you already answered that.
You got to tell me your questions before I ask, so I don't ask them.
No, I had a question. Sorry, Big Jim. I don't have one right now, but just great run tonight. Honestly, after last night, I expected you to run pretty good tonight. You ran the Cup guys really respectfully, and it showed something. So,
yeah, I appreciate it, man. Good job winning yesterday.
All right. So now we are moving on to Swamp, who has a personal investment here in Big Jim. He recruited Big Jim to the league. Go ahead, Swamp. Take it away.
I got a couple things. 1, good run tonight. 2,
Thanks,
you were the class of the field last night, Was there any kind of, personal redemption or something that you wanted to regain going into tonight?
Absolutely. I've been waiting for that question because last night hurt my soul, man. I was running up there. I felt like I had the car to beat, and I just kind of screwed it up on the pit cycle, and then it just went downhill from there. But tonight, everything was just in place. Still didn't have the car to beat. Obviously, Killen had the car to beat, but I felt good in second for a debut at least.
Yeah, so I guess going off of that, we know how the power of prayer works with you praying for my dog that got swept into a jet engine. Was there any kind of praying that you would be able to redeem yourself going into tonight?
Nah, I only pray for your dog, man.
No. Well, maybe you should pray for Epstein so he can come back to life and tell us what really happened.
Yeah.
All right, so we're veering off course here. Congratulations, Big Jim. Anybody you want to shout out here besides Swamp Fox before we end this broadcast? I'm just kidding. You can shout out Swamp if you want.
This isn't a shot at Xfinity, but I want to thank everyone in the Cup Series for driving respectfully. Everyone there gave me a lane. Everyone there didn't run into the back of me, especially Joe. Joe was very nice to me on entry. He would actually not just plow me up the wall. But yeah, I mean, just everyone in the Cup Series. I want to thank Gator for putting me in the race today. It was a good one.
Well, for sure, you definitely earned your shot at proving yourself tonight, and you did so. So, congratulations. Yeah. All right. So, to end this broadcast, Iowa was exciting. We saw 3 different racing lanes all night. We are heading to Kentucky Speedway this Wednesday. The Xfinity guys are going to take it on first. And then Thursday, November 21st, the Cup guys, the same guys that raced here tonight, are going to take on Kentucky Speedway at 8:45. Now, that turn 3 and 4 is also tricky. We're going to have to come up with something with that. But go ahead and tune in then and find out.